Creighton starting their move up the field. Darian Mercick-Ellis with the quaffle, and we get a stoppage.
Shoot, why can't I edit this?
We will get the score up on the live stream momentarily. Pretty sure the technology that we have out here just doesn't appreciate the cold weather nearly as much. I think they had a decently beautiful weekend last weekend at Mark, and so it's basically protesting at this point. Creighton charges the hoops. No good. Called no good by the ref. Looked like it might have gone through the small hoop, but it has been called no good. Beat before, it sounds like. Creighton charges from the backside and is able to get that goal. We're tied up at 10-10. All right. Kansas keeper with the ball, walking it up the pitch. Kansas with bludger control.
2:17.
All right. Hanging around at mid-pitch, trying to figure out which way to go. Creighton playing a pretty tight defense, passes it back behind the hoops, lob over. Back up top to the corner keeper, number 34, Blake Burns. Passes it over to number 17 for Kansas. I apologize, I don't have that number on the list. And number 69, Grant, has it back at the top. Creighton now with bludger control and makes a stop on the play. Kansas able to get bludger control back within transition. Creighton walking it up the pitch. Ball passed off to number 52, Mercick-Ellis. Mercick-Ellis walking at midfield. Peeks around, goes for a shot through the top hoop, does not make it. Second shot from behind is too low, but Creighton's able to recover the quaffle. Creighton number 45 dancing right in front of the live stream here. Passes it across the pitch to keeper. Keeper charges, passes across the middle, tries to take a shot, but it is too high, no good. No good shot by Creighton. As you can imagine, the missing of 3 shots is not typical of Creighton, but out here in the weather we are currently dealing with, I have a feeling that a lot of people are probably getting some frozen fingers. It's kind of a typical thing when it's cold like this in the north. Start to lose the feeling in your fingers, makes your grip a little worse, and your shot's a little bit more slippery, really, especially with all the frost that had accumulated this morning. Highly recommend any form of gloves that you might be able to use that still have some sort of grip. All right. Kansas passes the ball way too far. Creighton tries to recover it before Kansas, but Chaser gets beat out. All right, and the ball gets sent back to Creighton by the referee. All right, Creighton walking up the pitch. Keeper on the far side. Bludger control to Kansas. Pass across to number 52, Mercick-Ellis. Pick set by number 45 of Creighton allows Mercick-Ellis to get to the other side. He charges into the hoops and passes the ball through the short hoop from the backside. 20 Creighton, 10 for Kansas. All right, and we have a stoppage. I believe there was something wrong with bludger play behind the hoops. Oh, never mind. They are calling delay of game. The keeper subbed out before he restarted the quaffle. So for all you keepers out there, make sure after a goal is scored that you actually restart the quaffle before you take your sub. I know sometimes when we're in the heat of the moment and tired and, well, in this case, probably cold, it can be difficult to remember, but always restart your quaffle before you leave the pitch. That is the job of the keeper, and I've seen a lot of that this year.
Number 34, delay of game, failing to restart the quaffle. Ford subbing out, 1 minute and 10 minutes.
All right, number 34 for Kansas in the sin bin, as our head referee Matt Melton calls it, for 1 minute or until Creighton scores. So Kansas is down a chaser at this point. Kansas does have quaffle though, and they are walking up the pitch, and they do also have bludger control at this time. So hopefully being down a player doesn't hurt them too much. They'll be smart to try to time out this penalty and hopefully get another player on the pitch to try to help them score. But as you all know, can't delay the game too much. Kansas holding the quaffle on the far side of the pitch, waiting for the beaters to make something happen. Ball gets passed behind the hoops. And okay, Creighton's keeper recovers. I think the Kansas player might have gotten beat, but maybe it might have missed him because he did not drop the quaffle, but he did, in fact, lose it. So number 48 for Creighton, shooting from behind the hoops. No good. Twisted the hoop. Kansas is able to recover the quaffle at their hoops.
He has like 3 seconds left.
All right, we got Kansas
Okay,
walking the
you're good.
quaffle up pitch. Creighton having control finally, first time in a while. The penalty has run out, so Kansas is back to full strength. Okay, you pass it off to number 17. She fights and keeps the quaffle. She's got almost a dog pile on top of her though at this point. She does get beat out. Creighton's able to recover the ball. Creighton running up center pitch, trying to see if anyone else can get ahead of Mercick Ellis. He's on the far side of the pitch. He's trying to juke them a little bit. All right, number 45 for Creighton dancing, coming in closer and closer, getting close to that keeper zone. Ooh. Beaters exchange bludgers. Kansas with a great tackle. Creighton passes the ball off. Mercick Ellis charging in. Tries to take the shot, but he is blocked by Kansas keeper. Creighton keeper recovers behind, running in. Kansas goes for the tackle. Tackle is no good. Takes the shot, but it's no good. Creighton coming back in from the front. No good. This is wow. All right, so there was a lot going on there. Creighton has taken quite a few shots. Again, they have missed. Kansas actually doing a really good job standing in front of their hoops and blocking the shots and the little tips and the little tricks that Creighton's trying to pull in order to get the quaffle.
Kansas defense is working very well right now. I can't believe all the shots they just blocked.
Yeah, that was.
I don't think I've ever seen a team be able to recover the quaffle that often, but then also be blocked.
Yep. I am joined here by Executive Director Mary Kimball.
740.
All right. We are still at 2010. Creighton leads.
748. It's okay.
Kansas with the quaffle near Creighton's hoops, trying to figure out how to break the defense and get a little bit closer for a shot. Number 69 on the far side of the field with the quaffle passes the ball off behind the hoops. Creighton with bludger control at this time. Number 4 at the top for Kansas catches the quaffle, passes it off. That was a very good pass dunk. I can appreciate that. Goal by number 69, Grant. Creighton getting some subs in. Walking them up pitch. They've got bludger control. Creighton doing a lot of talking, not hearing too much from Kansas at this time. Mercick Ellis with the quaffle at center pitch. Charges in after his beaters make an opening, passes the ball off to number 38 for Creighton, which is Kelsey Novak. Novak with the dunk from behind the hoops. I have those. Kansas walking the quaffle up. Creighton still with bludger control. All right, play stopped. Kicked bludger when somebody else was reaching their hand for it. Can't do that, guys. I know it's cold, but that's just a big no-no. Easy penalty to avoid.
There's a blue card on Kansas playing after beat.
All right.
Head referee Matt Melton doing a fantastic job as always.
As always, yep. 97 Fish for Kansas is in the box. They will be here for 1 minute. So Kansas again playing down a player, but they are on offense, so they'll do well to try to draw out this penalty and get another player in there. Creighton's able to tap the ball away on a pass, though. Kansas is able to get back there faster, though, and recover the quaffle. All right, Kansas walking the ball slowly up pitch, trying to draw out the time on the penalty. Creighton charges with the bludgers, knocks the bludger out of Kansas's hands. Quaffle is passed off, but it is not caught. Creighton is able to recover it in the back left corner. All right, Creighton charging at the hoops. Kansas not completely ready. They are able to ward Creighton off for the time being, though. Keeper number 48, Joseph Roulette, gets beat behind the hoops. Kansas is able to recover the quaffle.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't just drive down the center of the field there. It seems like with a player that aggressive, it would have worked.
I definitely think they could have possibly just drove in too or taken a shot. I don't think Kansas had gotten their defense quite set up at the time. So there was a lot that could have been done there. Not a bad idea to hold on to it and try to wait for something that looks a little bit better, but I don't think Creighton has as much ferocity as they typically do, or as we typically see in them at this time. I don't know, everyone looks, frankly, a little bit tired and, like I said, a little bit cold. All right, Creighton's able to recover the quaffle at center pitch. Beat misses Darian Mercer-Ellis. He takes a shot, goes through the mid-size hoop. So that would be 40 Creighton, 20 Kansas.
Well, even with that play we just saw, the Creighton player was going for it, and they were forced to redirect a little bit because of Kansas. So Kansas is not letting up, even on these fast drives from Creighton.
Absolutely, and there's nothing wrong with just trying to redirect someone. You know, sometimes in the game of Quidditch, it's hard to get your body situated to where you can get a good shot. So if you can just redirect them to a point when they are less likely to make that shot, you're doing something that's better than nothing. Creighton charging the hoops again. Mercer-Ellis, only slightly opposed, does run through one of the Kansas chasers. And head ref Matt Melton furiously blowing his whistle as the Creighton players did not stop after the double whistle for stoppage, calling for his ARs. Not entirely sure what they're looking at this point in time. I do know that the Creighton player did run through a Kansas player on defense to score, but didn't look like anything malicious to me. I couldn't tell for sure if there was possibly a dropped shoulder on the drive, but we will certainly find out. I'm sure on the live stream you could hear head referee Matt Melton. He's pretty vocal. So, I mean, he's a loud person. I don't know if he'll have a voice by the end of the day, but he's a loud person. Current score is 40 Creighton, 20 Kansas. This is probably going to be one of the more exciting games of the day, although really I don't think there's necessarily any games that won't be exciting in any capacity. It's a pretty small tournament here for the Midwest. We've got 5 teams?
Yeah.
Right? Oh my gosh. Creighton, Kansas, Mizzou, Blue Jay Quidditch, which is Creighton's JV, and then Northern Colorado is finally here, which I am excited for because they were going to make their appearance at the last Midwest Regionals that I came to and unfortunately had to drop shortly before. So it's exciting to finally see their team out here. There's not a lot of teams in Colorado, so obviously when you're looking to grow the sport, you want those states to grow their teams. All right.
Does the goal still good? Is there?
We will find out, I'm sure. He's slowly making his way back over here. But if you could not hear head referee Matt Melton on the stream, he warned both teams for making contact with players that do not have a ball. And there's your call on the goal. So we are at 50-20. Score stands.
Kansas is going to really want to get some points up on the board. From what I saw last weekend at Mid-Atlantic, if you let a team that you're keeping pace with get up just a little bit, once the snitch comes out and we get to set score, you're going to be hurting.
Right, and the snitch can either make you or break you, because at that point, you know, catching the snitch gets your team back in the game, but, you know, you're still having to fight to get back ahead. And then if your opponent who's already ahead of you catches the snitch, it's a lot harder to try to run and keep up. That's for sure. Yeah. All right. Kansas loses the quaffle. Great tackle by Creighton player. Cannot see the name at this time. Mercer-Ellis running Kansas running and scoring. I believe at this point, Mercy Ellis has scored at least half.
Yeah.
At least half of Creighton's points
Yeah.
at this time. So, as a Kansas, player and coach, you start to wonder, all right, do we want to try to put some people on Mercy Ellis, stop him from driving and just running through like that? Definitely something to consider. Kansas number 17 gets beat at the halfway point. Keeper is unable to recover at the time. Looks like there was accidental and possibly a purposeful trip there. It didn't look super friendly. So we will see what head referee Matt Martin does about that. Oh, okay.
Kansas 69, illegal contact, illegal slide, 1 minute in the penalty box or until Creighton scores.
All right, so the mid-pitch trips were not caught, but that is okay. Kansas player number 69, Aaron Grant, currently in the box for 1 minute for an illegal slide on the quaffle. Remember, guys, if you slide towards the quaffle and you force your opponent to have to move in order to avoid you, it's probably illegal. So don't do that.
Unfortunately, slides are just a little more common given the slippery weather conditions, and hopefully once we get a bit of sun, that won't be as much of an issue.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh,
as the
fumble
frost,
from Creighton, though.
As the frost starts to melt, it definitely makes the pitches a little bit slippery. We are playing on turf, though, which is lovely. I cannot be upset about that. All right, Kansas is able to block the shot and recover the quaffle. Pretty sure you can go back. No, never mind, because he didn't score. I'm sorry, that's Mahi. But we are short on time on the penalty. Exchange of bludgers.
13-40.
Kansas charging in.
13-40.
I think he might have gotten beat. Yeah, he definitely got
What's the game
beat.
time on the penalty?
He has about 20 seconds.
20
Okay.
seconds left on the penalty. Quaffle gets turned over to Creighton as Kansas player number 21, Matthew Drummond, was beat on the play. Mercick Ellis, charging with the quaffle, passes it off to number 71, Ryan Meadhill.
Who loses it, but then it's recovered.
Picked up by number 38, Kelsey Novak. Novak's able to make the pass off
69, you're good.
to Mercick Ellis for the score from behind.
That was really excellent coordination by Creighton there, making sure that all of their players were constantly repositioning themselves so they could get that quaffle.
Absolutely, and a lot of gritty play there. Remember, guys, you lose the quaffle, it gets knocked out of your hands. You never want to give up on it because you don't know what's going to happen. As I said,
14-30.
it's cold. People's hands are cold. You see them every once in a while on the pitch trying to pull their hands inside their sleeves or blow on them, try to warm them up however they can. So, you're not going to be able to necessarily pick up a quick quaffle or a quick bludger with one hand in these conditions. You might be able to, but not as likely. Kansas tries to take the long shot, misses, goes out of bounds. Creighton's able to pick up the ball behind their own hoops.
And I'll just say at the top of this game, I thought we were seeing a different Creighton, but I guess they just need to warm up a little.
Yeah, definitely looks that way. So we are at 70-20. Creighton leads. All right, Creighton making a charge at the hoops.
Oh.
Kansas player tries to beat him, unlucky. Passes off to Novak. Novak takes the shot from behind the hoops, tries to loop it up and over, and she does. She's able to get it through the tall hoop. Another goal for Creighton. So we are at 80-20. Creighton leads.
I wonder if we're going to see a timeout from Kansas soon to regroup and figure out how to battle this now fluid and
15-40.
warmed Creighton.
I definitely think that Kansas is biding their time on a timeout. I think they probably want to use it shortly before snitch on pitch from the sounds of it. They are regularly checking for the time. So hopefully they're going to use it and not, just abandon it, because that would be
Oh,
a bad
that
thing
was
to do.
excellent.
That was an awesome goal by number 4. I don't have that number on my roster, but I don't have all the numbers for Kansas. So I apologize for that. But keeper number 4, able to score on that one, brings the score back to 80-30. All right, we got Creighton walking the ball up the pitch. Creighton with bludger control. Creighton charging fast. Number 48,
Wow.
kind of just able to run it in. Wasn't really
Yeah.
quite opposed. Kansas not pushing out on their defense quite as hard as they have been in the beginning of this game. I think they might be getting a little bit frustrated at this point, honestly.
16-40.
Score is 90-30. We are at 16:45-ish on game time.
16-45.
All right, so Kansas walking the quaffle up pitch. Creighton still with bludger control. Kansas trying to get something set up, get themselves back in this game here before we get to snitch on pitch. Ooh, exchange of bludgers. Oh! Kansas picks up the ball behind the hoops and it's able to score, but then we got a stoppage. Cannot see the number of the KU player that scored at this time, but I will let you know as soon as they turn. Number 64 for KU. Another number that is not on my roster, so I apologize.
Contacting a player without the quaffle. Contacting a player while I'm playing with the quaffle. Another time it's negated by the ball. Come right back to your position. Goal is good.
So
49.
we have a yellow card for number 58 on Creighton. No time served due to Kansas scoring, but again, contacting a player without a ball. So, reminder,
17.
while Quidditch is a fun and physical game, you should wait until the player has a ball in their hand before contacting them. And likewise, in this case, if they well release the quaffle, and you can tell that the quaffle has been released, do
And-
not tackle them.
Kansas has that timeout we were wondering about.
Yep, Kansas uses their time out. So we will have a little bit of time to just sit here and I'd say chill, but I don't really want to use that word because we are literally chilling at this
True
time.
words were never spoken. We are sitting here and chilling at the 2021 Midwest Regional Championship in Papillion, Nebraska. What a beautiful day.
Yes.
What a beautiful day to watch some kids play.
It's going to be 64 in about 5 hours.
We just gotta wait till the sun gets to us. We can see that the sun is just on the outskirts of the field and making its way slowly here. So hopefully it gets here before too much longer because I would love some sunshine at this point.
I'm trying to warm up my gloves and my
Frozen toes and nose here at regionals.
This is our unpaid sponsor talk about getting some hot
you.
hands and some,
So?
what do they call them? The hot toes. I don't know. They call them something weird. It's like hot tootsies, whatever. The ones you get to put in your boots that keep your toes nice.
If
warm.
you run a hand warmer company and you're thinking, I want inclusive sport to throw some money to, we would love to talk to you.
Yes, please come talk to Quidditch. We would quite enjoy that for sure.
No.
That's time. That's time.
Hi, Doc. Here it is.
All right. So we should be getting started here shortly.
These 1 minute timeouts go by so
They
quickly.
really do. It almost seems like you just don't even have enough time to really do too much. So you got to have your plan set to go, and everyone has to run over as fast as they can so that you can use that full minute. All right. All right. Head referee Matt Melton blows his whistle. I think that might have been more than a minute, but perhaps the cold has even affected our watches at this point. Could be the case. I'm not sure. Again, technology not completely,
You will not stop the clock.
working to its full capacity in these temperatures. It will be getting up to 60 at like 2 o'clock, so I am holding out for that.
Can't wait. It'll be downright balmy. We're going to have to put shorts on.
I know, I have dressed in layers so that I can. That's, all
Play
right.
has started again.
We are restarting here. Creighton with quaffle.
And
And
once he stops play for that, then you'll
who
stop.
has the third bludger?
Sorry, that was a prolonged.
Oh, okay. Kansas has bludger control at this time.
Creighton making some really impressive catches with one arm.
Absolutely. Usually you don't want to have people do that necessarily, but if you can be successful. in
Oh.
doing it- oh man.
Great beat by number 62 on
Kansas was able to
Kansas.
get the quaffle quick, but then Creighton beater number 62 was able to make the beat so that Creighton could recover the quaffle.
Oh!
And keeper, because the Creighton gets beat.
Number
At the
14 on
keeper
Kansas. That was great. Way to be at the right place at the right
Been a
time.
lot of good beater play going on, especially because she had just chased that quaffle off the pitch over here to run back and save her team at the hoops. Creighton player didn't even see her coming, snuck up behind him. I think sneaky plays are very underrated in Quidditch, really, in a lot of ways. Kansas with the quaffle at mid-pitch. looking to make something happen. Passes the ball behind the hoops, unable to catch it, and unable to recover it as Kansas gets beat. Quaffle's gone out of bounds. Creighton recovering it, passes it off to their keeper. Creighton jogging now up the pitch and then walking. Probably a better idea to jog. Creighton player is wiping the quaffle off with his jersey. I am assuming at this point the quaffle is probably kind of wet because all our frost is starting to melt. So it has rained, but it's almost like playing with a rainy wet quaffle. Shot taken, but no good. Flies in between the tall and the mid-size hoop.
19 minutes.
Creighton is able to recover the ball, keep it in their possession, and also has bludger control at this point. So Creighton now just kind of looking to open something up on Kansas's defense so that they can run in and score, whether that's a dunk or a shot. Again, we're wiping off the quaffle. This is where towels would be okay, in my opinion.
What a controversial statement.
Yes. Takes the shot, but
Oh, a
no
little
good.
too high.
It goes too high, but it is
Excellent
recovery.
recovery.
She looked like time had slowed down for her, but she was able to put it in. Number 46 on Creighton, Laura Levin. That was great composure held by her behind the Kansas hoops to get that goal. So our score is at 100 for Creighton, 40 for Kansas, and we are almost at our 20-minute mark. So that will likely be the score going into Snitch on pitch. Just depends on what happens on this drive. Kansas with the quaffle,
20 minutes!
but leaders for Creighton playing very, very high.
This is the last possession.
Last possession of the game.
Well, of the first.
Oh, not of the game, but last possession before Snitch comes on pitch. Thank you for correcting me, Mary. I knew what I meant, but you guys might not have known what I meant.
There's been too many names over the years.
Yes. All right. Kansas keeper gets tackled, and there is a call on the play. I'm not sure.
Yellow card, number 45 of Creighton, illegal contact, grabbing an opposing player's broom.
Another thing to add to your list of don'ts. Do not grab the opposing player's broom, as we just had happen. So, Creighton player number... Hold on a second. As soon as it turns around, I'll tell you what number it is. Number 45.
Sena Morimoto.
Sena Morimoto.
One of their captains, if I recall correctly. One of their veteran players. Played at regionals a couple years ago. I think went to nationals once with the team.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. So, yeah, definitely a vet. But one
Maybe
that's in
didn't
the
play
box.
at nationals. The break got me all mixed up.
Right. I know, I keep still referring to things as last year, and we definitely weren't here last year.
Oh,
So
yeah.
That's okay.
West Regionals in 2020 was a week ago, just so we're clear.
All right. Kansas still has the quaffle, trying to make something happen on this final possession. They
Whoa!
are able to score.
That was a beautiful, beautiful
That's 20.
midfield shot.
Sorry. Reminding head referee Matt Melton. He's waiting for Creighton to get the ball into play, and then yes, we are calling for our halftime. Going into this halftime before Snitch on pitch, we are at 100 for Creighton, 50 for Kansas. A lot of good plays on both sides, really. We've seen a lot of fast-moving plays by Creighton, but Kansas definitely being a defensive stay. You know, they're not giving up on any of this, and they've been able to block quite a few shots.
Yeah, Creighton definitely, though, is a very well-rounded team. It's really great to see their chasers capable not just of fast breaks, but also coordinated passes with other members of their team. And that's going to make it a little bit harder for Kansas because you have a team that can do both.
Absolutely.
Although that long-range shot from Kansas, if they can keep that up, I saw that at Mid-Atlantic Regionals. I think, I'm going to mess up the team name. It might have been West Virginia. There was a player that just again and again kept making mid-range shots, and no one was ready for it, and it worked for the team.
Yeah, if you can get those good mid-range shots down, again, another thing that's kind of severely underrated, I think, in the recent era of the sport. I think we saw a lot of that probably towards my mid-play days. But there's kind of been a lot more pass dunk happening in recent times. But don't forget about that shot. If there's no one on that hoop and you're able to shoot that ball, take it.
And if you're looking for people who do it really well, I'm told Ian Skurra does it well. Used to be on the Middlebury team,
Yes.
as well as Julia Bear. Julia Bear is on the U.S. national team. fantastic player.
Absolutely. And current people that I know from the Midwest, unfortunately not a college player per se, but Scott Ring of Chicago United has a killer long shot. Played for Indy Intensity this summer as well. So shout out to Scott. We love you. We miss you.
Oh, that MLQ experience, though, what a difference it has made for Creighton this season. I believe they had 6 players that played on 3 different MLQ teams. So not just playing on one team, playing on 3, which just connects you to so many different play styles and strategies.
That's one of the things that I love about, like, playing outside the college, outside of your college, is you really do learn more about the ways that different teams play, about different play styles, about different things you can do and sort of adapt, to whoever you have on your team.
You got 10 seconds.
All right, so seeking for Kansas is number 69, Aaron Grant, and then seeking for Creighton is number 48, Joseph Goulet. They will be released here shortly, but the rest of the game still goes on.
Seekers release.
All right, no beaters on the Seekers to start. Now they charge in, so Seeker for Kansas already beat. Creighton runs in with the quaffle, able to get it through the top hoop, while Kansas allocates their beaters to the snitch. So that'll make our score 110 to 50, Creighton. Kansas running the quaffle up, trying to take advantage of the time that they can. The Creighton's beaters are occupied with the snitch.
Oh, and a little bit too high for Kansas with that pass.
Yep. Don't know that any of us would have been able to catch that, but again, quaffle is a little bit slippery right now, so can't entirely fault people on just making entirely bad shots. There are some elements at play here too.
Maybe Rachel Heald, a very tall, excellent Kansas alum, could have gotten that pass.
Possibly. Creighton just running up the pitch. Kansas trying to strip them of the quaffle, at least able to push him out. Makes the pass across the hoops, unable to catch that. And we've got
there might be a catch by Creighton.
Potential catch for Creighton. And they are
Creighton sidelines are going a little wild right now.
They are jazzed about that catch. I did not personally see the catch, but they seem pretty excited about it. So we will see if the catch is good. Head referee Matt Melton walking over to his snitch and snitch referee to discuss. Were you able to get an eye on that catch at all, Mary?
I was not. I was watching the exciting quaffle game as I think what was it? Laura Levin, I believe, was going to recover another quaffle, or these Creighton chasers are just fantastic, and also Kansas defense is just incredibly determined. So I'm so sorry we missed it, but refs are conferencing, and we'll see if this catch is good.
Definitely be something that's difficult to come back from.
Yes.
Kansas down quite a bit at this point. Without that catch, it's 110 to 50. We will see if it's any. All right, the catch is good.
Okay.
So that moves Creighton up to 145. Set score is 170. 170. And 170 is our set score. So that puts Creighton 3 goals from ending the game. Kansas, on the other hand, quite a bit more.
Oh, and
that's
so close.
I know, just too excited, I think. Too excited to try to get that shot off. So no good on this shot. So Kansas walking it up. Kansas getting some new fresh beaters into the game. Number 96 and number 14. 14 is Caitlin Brandstetter. I hope I said that correctly. I do not have a name on here for number 64. I believe the back of the shirt says Stefan.
Oh, Kansas beaters beat. That is not good for them. But a great pass, number 17, who is forced to pass it back. Merg Ellis gets it again.
He's running.
Oh, too low.
Attempted beat beforehand. Shot is no good. He had tried to get rid of it too fast before the Kansas beater threw at him. All right. Kansas has to inbound from behind the hoops.
Mercic Ellis.
Slowly working their way from behind Kansas hoops back up the pitch.
I feel that sun. I feel it.
Creighton with bludger control. And that sun is finally shining on us, and it feels lovely. All right. Here we go. Got number 34 for Kansas. Blake Burns walking it up pitch, passes it off to number 87. 87, long lobbed pass behind the hoops.
Oh, their chaser fell off their broom.
Yes, chaser goes for the catch but falls off their broom. Creighton's able to recover the quaffle, and they are running with some steam. Ball gets passed off to... Creighton is just going nuts at this point in time.
Such a good move, though, having
Yeah.
their other chaser fall them on the fast break. That is another tip for people watching at home. Run with your fast break. Do fast break in pairs.
Goal was scored by Cavenna, okay.
Cavenna Abrigo.
Cavenna Abrigo with the goal. Kansas walking up pitch. Creighton with bludger control. Has to take their time and try to break that. Kansas with no bludgers at this point. Darian Mersick-Ellis able to just run it easy. Score is going to be 165-50. I believe that makes it so the next goal could potentially be the last. So we will see what happens if Kansas can form a strong defense or what they decide to do, as this is the first game of the day. Kansas switching keepers. Slowly walking it up the pitch. Kansas able to dodge a beat by Creighton and then try to recover the quaffle behind the hoops. We have a stoppage of play. Creighton currently has the ball in the back left corner behind their hoops. Two Kansas players there, but it looks like we might be discussing something that happened on the other side of the pitch potentially. Also might have an injured Kansas player asking for a sub. I think we might have a sprained knee and or ankle.
60, yellow card, number 60 on Creighton, illegal contact is behind, 1 minute penalty by Sorensen.
So number 60 of Creighton, Cavenna, in the box for 1 minute. Illegal contact from behind. So he will be in the box for 1 minute or until Kansas scores. Quaffle is being turned over to Kansas behind the hoops. Kansas pretty primed here at this point. They have 3 players in front at the keeper zone of Creighton's hoops. 2 of those are able to play the quaffle. Bludgers appear to be down, so this is definitely an opportunity for Kansas to score if they can play this right. Creighton had allocated all their players basically back into the left corners, leaving Kansas up front. But the ball bounces through.
Oh, my heart breaks.
And
come on.
oh my goodness. All right. So Kansas, even though they slipped trying to catch the ball on that play, were able to recover it, pass the ball off to their keeper, or not keeper, he's got tape on the back, 87, I believe, behind the hoops to get that goal. So we are at 165-60. Creighton still leads. All right, head referee Matt Melton letting coach Curtis Taylor for Creighton know what he is seeing on the pitch after a little bit of controversy from the sounds of it. Creighton had bludger control, but Kansas number 96 is able to catch a quick throw of the bludger. So now Kansas is in control. Kansas also with the quaffle again. Tries to take a shot at the mid-sized hoop. Too low. Trying to recover again in that back left corner. Kansas is unable to. Creighton keeper picks up the quaffle. Passes off to Mersick-Ellis. Kansas really trying to pack the paint and keep Creighton from scoring this final goal. but that seems to be it. Yes, head ref Matthew Melton calling the game. Final score 175-60 Creighton. Thank you all for joining us. Sun is finally hitting the rest of the pitch, so we are looking forward to seeing you back for more Quidditch here at Midwest Regionals in Papillon Landing, Nebraska.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can get an interview with one of the Creighton players. So stand by, otherwise the next game will start at 9 a.m. Central.
Oh, she's right there.
Okay, yeah, I will need your signature.